A lot of pretty smart people say that if the car is going to have a future in our lives, it has to be an electric future. Well, I've driven the future, and it works. For some people, the Tesla is going to be all about the numbers. 200 miles of range from almost 7,000 lithium-ion batteries. 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds. Over 1,200 cars already sold to environmentally conscious customers who are looking for a way to reduce their impact on the planet. Let's see how fast we can get from, I don't know. But I'm going to pull up a little bit and we'll see what we can do. We'll do a traditional about 40 to 80 roll here. Okay. That's it. This thing is lightning fast. And it does it without burning a single drop of gasoline. If you've been waiting for an electric car to capture your attention, if the Volt and the Leaf and those cars just seem like commuter appliances to you, if the Prius seems like a refrigerator and the HS250H seems like a nice refrigerator, then maybe this will be the one that takes you into electric cars. It did it for me. It is simply a stellar car. More than any other supercar you can think of, or nearly any car you can think of, this is a car that is comfortable in stop-and-go traffic. It's just made for this urban grind. You know, when you come to a halt, it's not as fear-inducing as it would be in a Ferrari 458. At least you know it's probably unlikely to catch on fire. We've got a motorcycle ahead of us, and what I can see, and you guys can't out there, is that every time he moves forward 5 feet, he's got to rev that thing to 3,000 RPM and slip the clutch forward. Boy, after a day in a Tesla, that seems like the most wasteful thing you can imagine. So we've got a car that's comfortable in traffic. The question is, how is it on the open road? And the answer is, it's really good. The nice thing about this Tesla is that it's a fun car on its own merits. You're not wearing a hair shirt, you're not suffering in a Prius, and you're not publicly doing your part for the environment. And you can be just as smug when you're talking to your neighbors. Oh, I saw these baby seals the other day and they're being threatened by the environment, but I was out doing 130 miles an hour on my Tesla yesterday and that was actually helping them out. You don't have to be concerned about sustainability or fuel use or oil spills in the Gulf of Mexico. You just have to want to drive a nice car. We've been driving around looking for people to street race with, but nobody really wants to street race with us. It's because they understand that they really have no chance. It might seem like the car for wealthy urbanites, but right now you'd better have a place to park within about 35 feet of a dryer plug. If you live here, you won't have any trouble finding a place to charge your Tesla. But if you live there, it's not going to be so simple. There are a few other issues too. You switch from standard, performance, and maximum range modes by touching a screen, but it'd be even more satisfying for some kind of giant aluminum handle that you could pull out and twist from like the Millennium Falcon reel. Most of the time, though, your mind will be on other things. Yeah, people ask me how the cornering is, and the answer is, it's okay. This is a heavy car. It is not as light or flickable as an Elise. That just doesn't happen. Instead, what you get is kind of a reassuring feeling of solidity. Nothing has the kind of pull and twist that this electric motor does. By the numbers, it's not that powerful, but when you consider that all the torque is available from the very first rev, it makes a huge difference. Not only is it fast, it's enjoyable to drive. There are plenty of fast cars out there that aren't a lot of fun to drive. This is not one of those. What primarily makes it fun is that character of the electric motor. This is a completely different, a completely new type of performance. With this car, we've got the instant torque of the electric motor. We've got the very futuristic styling, the very futuristic interior, and it feels postmodern. It just feels right. To me, this is a better and more enjoyable car than a Lotus Elise. Of course, it also costs more than twice as much, so it should be. It's not what I was expecting, which was an Elise minus. An Elise minus the lightness, and an Elise minus the fun. Instead, it's more like an Elise plus. An Elise plus torque, and an Elise plus relevance for the modern era.